All right. Uh-huh. Let's see. Got all that. Uh-huh. All right. All right, music. School, okay. Oh, I don't like this room. This is the boring room. Except for here. All right. They got some displays up on for the main road. I just went behind this museum because it looks like they got a little display to look in through the window at if you come back here when they're closed. They set up a little kind of, they might light it up for night time. Yeah. The original Derringer. They said, yeah, I think they should turn the lights off maybe. A little display if you sneak back here. So this could actually be called a slave shack, I think. Anywhere where they got to live on the highway is probably slave shack territory. As slave shacky as it gets, because Look at these double doors in the back. They had the porch on the front. And one thing that got my attention when I explored that that broken down shack that looked like a barn, there were no windows. This really doesn't have a window either. They kind of put one in. I'm guessing slave shacks tended not to have windows. You can see the size compared to my bicycle. And over here is a pretty well intact wagon. It looked better when it was first made, no doubt. Yeah, it's beat up, but it's still in pretty good shape for the age. I could travel around in that. Alright, I'm done with the museum. Heading back to Walmart. Looks like I could park at Walmart all day. It was a little warm though, I was sweating inside. So, nobody should be living on the side of a highway like they do around here. I've never really seen anything like that before, where the people live like on the side of a highway like it's a neighborhood road, like it's a 25-mile-an-hour road. The bus had to stop on the highway and stop traffic at 75 miles an hour. That's crazy, and people are living on the side of the road. I think it's kind of obvious. I think it's a hint at the culture, the way it was before, possibly during slavery, where they lived. Those might be old slave shacks, and people continue to live on them and build and develop and all of that. So it's pretty interesting how that works. Yeah, I'm pretty convinced that those are slave shacks on the side of the highway. I've never seen that anywhere else before, but I've only been on the whole west side of the country, not the east. All right, it's been a few days since I've had any fresh grass. This is the blue stem. I only filled up like a partial of this teapot, but I was thinking, what the heck, I got this hay that I bought at Walmart. I can use a lot of it. I have a significant amount of, I'll call it Bavarian hay, because reading the package further, I learned that it's from Bavaria, Germany. Too bad it's not from the US. Alright, I'm thinking to use the walking sticks on pavement, I need metal, because the rubber slips too much, the rubber bottoms. Had to focus on the grass, stay on the grass so I could get a grip. I lose a grip on the paved stuff. So I need a different kind of surface area. Now I wonder about specialized walking sticks, the foldable kind. I did take a rubber tip off and there wasn't an exposed bare metal. I don't know if that's something that's encouraged to use if you can't use the rubber. Alright, so today I have discovered that, I'll just say today I got an email that the judge said that the Zoom hearing is approved. The second Zoom hearing is approved. And that really takes some stress off my shoulders, because I was checking my email waiting for a decision pretty often. I was checking pretty often looking for a decision, He's finally come to it. Now a new stress comes where I have to find a good Wi-Fi connection to hold the Zoom hearing, test it maybe the day before, and then prepare with batteries. I need battery power ready to go and a good Wi-Fi live stream setup. That's the next stress. So the amount of rain that I'm experiencing now coming further east is a real influence in how I conduct myself. It's kind of bringing back memories of Washington. I used to keep two golf umbrellas, the bigger umbrellas on me. It rained so much, but I got to the point where I pretty much only had one umbrella as I got to the Southwest desert, and I never used it. I know where it's at, but I just never used it. But now, as I'm further east and south, the rain's picking up so many more days. I got to deal with so many more days of rain, and now I'm like, maybe I need to buy another one of those golf umbrellas. I don't even know what I did with the last big umbrella I had. It just kind of disappeared somehow. Maybe I recorded throwing it away. Yep. Okay.
Hey, sorry to bother you. Everything okay, bud?
What's the problem?
I'm just checking on you, man. We're getting some cold weather here pretty soon. I noticed somebody was sitting in the car, so.
Okay, it sounded almost like you were going to say you got some calls, but you're saying we got some cold weather.
Yeah, no, I'm just checking on you.
Can we establish if you got a call first?
No, I'm doing a welfare concern on you.
Okay.
Because I've noticed this vehicle here a couple days.
All right, yeah, that's great. You're doing some community caretaking function. That's part of your job, to see if I'm on fire.
Yeah.
Or you said you're checking to see if I'm cold. Well, you can see I'm covered here.
Yeah.
I'm feeling great. I mean, you can see Washington plates. That's a cold state. All right. You compare that to here. I mean, this is nothing.
Yeah,
all right.
It's gonna get to 10 here pretty soon, but
10 is nothing.
Yeah. How cold to get up in Washington?
Have you ever been up north?
I haven't had the privilege, no sir.
All right. I recommend you travel.
Yeah.
Okay. Can I get your name?
Neil.
Neil?
N-E-A-L.
P. Neil?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah, I recommend traveling. I've been traveling a long time, and I mean, I came from like colder weather.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
it's 10 degrees is nothing. I was out in like negative 16 degrees one time.
Oh wow.
And
I don't know
I
if
mean,
I can do that.
that was difficult. I know how to dress for the weather. I'm fully experienced in that whole thing. I mean, the wetness, that makes a difference. I got to keep my windows up so that
sealed up and everything.
yeah. I mean, that weather thing is not an issue. And I've been hanging out. Yeah, I'll admit I've been hanging out here, but I haven't been like in the car the whole time.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I walk to the library.
Oh, I got you.
I shop. I mean, this is a unique spot. I mean, I wanted to, like, I'm looking for places, I was looking for some other place to park today.
Yeah.
But it's just, I didn't really see any spots.
There's not too much. I mean, this is probably the biggest attraction in Cleveland. We don't really have too much.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I was thinking about walking over to the woods over there today, but then it got rainy. The library's not far, so I just walked over there today, and I figured out where I want to go tomorrow. But I mean, that's what I was thinking about, is just kind of hanging out here till tomorrow and then taking off. Cause I don't really like driving at night too much.
Oh no, yeah.
I don't like race. I'm not racing around. I kind of like go to a place, visit for a little bit, to try to take my time, relax, get familiar. And
are you
then
going to a specific place, or are you just driving around?
I'm traveling. I mean, it's just kind of a travel expedition, checking places out.
Just exploring.
Yeah, I'm learning like historical places. Like what was that last city I was at? It's just sometimes I go through cities so fast. there's a museum in this city. It's a free museum.
Yeah, the Cleveland Historical.
No. Not in this city. It was one up north.
Oh, okay.
But I was starting to learn a little bit more about the slavery trade, and it's interesting. I mean, this city, Livingston. That's when I started getting introduced to these houses on the side of the highway. The people have their driveways out to a 75-mile-an-hour highway. It's incredible. Usually in the north, you got like a outside road, so they could drive on a slower road outside of the highway.
Yeah.
But you got these people, they got to go from 0 to 75 on a, it seems like a commercial road. This highway, the 59 that goes straight north-south, it's very busy, and there's people that live right on the side of it. Their houses are like right up next to it, and
some people like it though.
It's not safe whether you like it or not.
Yeah.
They're gonna get to that point. They'll get to that age where it's not safe to live that lifestyle.
Absolutely. Yes,
and I was learning on the museum about slave shacks. I believe those are probably slave shacks.
Yeah.
They're in different states of repair. They're in a terrible location.
Yeah, we got a lot of old buildings in Texas. So.
Yeah.
All right. Well.
So.
Do you mind if I just get your name just so I can say that I talked to you?
Well, I'm the owner of my car. I mean, I can tell you that.
Oh, okay. So
you said your last name's Neil. Let's
yes.
see. Yeah, sure. My last name's Heinze. So you'll see.
Heinze, Hines.
That's it's a good guess at it. It's like a ketchup bottle, so Heinze. So.
Okay, yeah, I was way off on that one.
Well, you tried.
Yeah.
You know, your name's easy, so you can't. See, that's the thing. You can't assume everybody's name is easy to spell just because your name is easy to spell.
Yeah, that's why we always ask, can you get the spelling on that? So.
Yeah.
Alrighty, well, I appreciate talking with you for a minute. I just thought to make sure you're okay.
Yeah. I'm functional. I'm not into the. I don't know if that's a problem. If that's what you guys are kind of looking out for, like meth and.
Oh no, because there's another lady actually over here.
All right.
This silver van I check on.
Okay. This is like I've been to quite a few Walmarts, and it's pretty rare a cop actually will stop at a car in the Walmart parking lot.
Yeah.
You know, this is private. It's you're working for the city.
Yes.
Right. So it's pretty rare that you're like.
Well, we patrol out here a lot because we do get a lot of burglaries in this parking lot.
Okay, crime is pretty bad around here.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir. We do get a lot of crime in this area.
Yeah.
And,
see, sometimes there's a lot cop, and you're probably not familiar because you don't travel around. I highly recommend traveling to other Walmarts for specific. There's something called a lot cop. The park two. I've seen some with two in the lot. You get a call?
No, they just want to know if I'm okay or not.
All right. Well, the thing is called lot cop. It sits out there, flashy lights and.
Oh yeah, they hire.
No, not people. This is like a camera. It's
like
it's got its own generator on the wheels. They wheel it out there, and it telescopes up, and they got cameras and lights that flash. Yeah. Put them right in the parking lot. That tells me the Walmart's bad. All right. When you see the lot cop, when you see private security going up and down the parking lot row, that tells me it's bad. All right. The gates kind of tell me it's bad. When you enter, they got these gates that open. That kind of tells me. But when you guys got to patrol too, the Walmart may be asking you. I don't know if that's an agreement that you guys have, the special agreement that you made between each other to maybe perform a little extra security for Walmart.
Yeah, extra patrol. They do request that.
There's actually a city in Arizona. I'll just describe. This Walmart has actual cop at the front doors checking people when they walk out. There's actually a cop standing inside. Downtown is a major city that starts with a T, Arizona, down south, South Arizona area, and there's a cop that actually works inside the Walmart, and just like as a people greeter.
Yeah, we don't do that. So.
No, yeah, it's how the cities and businesses establish their relationship. There's different states of security. Like when I was in Las Vegas, I actually got kicked out of a Walmart parking lot, by a private security guard saying they get fined $30 if somebody's caught sleeping overnight here.
Wow.
And this is a Walmart right next to a casino.
That's probably like a city ordinance violation.
Yeah,
or something.
yeah. The Las Vegas city ordinance is pretty tough on car camping.
Yeah.
So, you know, it just depends on the activity.
I can understand that being as populated as it is.
Yeah, it's just, there's a lot of homeless. I don't know what it's like around here. I didn't see any, it does, I'm not, I think, yeah, I saw a beggar actually as I came in off the highway, is standing there with a sign. Yeah. So there's some activity here I see. But my
right. Well, Mr. Heinze, I enjoyed the conversation with
you.
you.
Yeah, okay. Well, thanks for stopping, Neil.
All right, take care and stay warm.
Okay. Yep, you too.
All right.
Okay, so I had heart issue. Didn't like that. I want to approach it with the parsley solution. So once again, I'm looking at parsley again. I boiled it, but I'm doing it a little different this time. I'm boiling it with potatoes because parsley is not so tasty by itself. And I tried carrots. That's no good. Potatoes seem to be it. I kind of waste the potato. I don't exactly plan to eat the potato. I thin sliced 2 potatoes with parsley, and I did add a pepper, these sweet peppers. I don't know how necessary they are. Got a lot of them. I might want to boil them separate. But to have a good combination of taste, I think add potatoes with the parsley when I make parsley tea, which I need to have more often, I think, just to protect my heart. I mean, a lot of nutritional sources don't say anything about parsley protecting the heart, but I think it does. Or maybe it protects like a barrier between the stomach and the heart, and that's what's causing my heart issues. I also say that I added it to this copper cup, and it tasted too coppery. I'm glad I found this glass because I don't really like the taste of the copper mixed with potato and parsley. I don't see how they're acidic enough to draw copper into the water, but that's the taste that came out, which I'm not getting from the glass. That's genuine potato and parsley and pepper, just 1 pepper. I don't know how much of a difference the pepper made in the taste, but the potato certainly made a difference in the taste of the parsley. I notice a big difference in more palatability with potato and parsley compared to potato and carrot. Oops, I mean parsley and carrot. Alright, just walking down from my car in this park, checking out this basketball court that's nice and covered. They have this warning, no cooking or vehicles. So I guess they've had a problem in the past. I don't know the problem with cooking. The people will pull their vehicles up here to probably get some nice shade. It's not it doesn't really look like a burning hazard. Well, I still have yet to see any alligators around, but the warnings are there. He's got his lights on. Alright, in this park, southern Texas area, I'm coming across this tougher grass. It's a little bit tougher to pull. That makes me really hesitant about it. So I guess I'll pick it and then I'll have to consume it hesitantly and see if any problems result. I'm not familiar with this type of grass. Going on walks tires out my shoulders thanks to these. Alright, I guess I could have showed it off. I really enjoyed them. I'm just going to mention them by name at least. Green beans and garlic. You don't even need to take the garlic completely out of the papery shell. You just steam them. Steamed green beans and garlic together with the garlic in the shell. And then they come out so easily after you steam them. I ate them all. They're so good. And now catfish, and then I'm toasting some bread. I'm gonna need to flip. Gotta pay close attention to this. Man, I'm glad I seen this other one. It's leaking, and I'm like, I saw one over here leaking, and I'm like, oh, I better shut that off, save some money on their water bill. But it's like, wait a second, it's gotta be 10 degrees. They want to run the water so it doesn't freeze. And here, I shut it off. I'm gonna turn it back on. I didn't realize until I saw that other one going. But this one, I guess it could freeze. So they turned it on a little bit. And here, I turn it off. I'll turn it back on a little. So as I sit here panicking again about my heart, I'm like, it seems like doing the rows on the dip bars caused, well, a heart issue only noticed when I sit hunched over. Something that I noticed when I was doing like the hip sled or the leg press at the gym like 15 years ago. I'd do that hip sled leg press thing, and I'd be hunched over looking at my knees. And as I push, I notice that my heart starts really pumping hard and struggling. And I think it's like there's something maybe that's slowly growing in my chestal region. Things are hardening maybe, but the posture really brings it out. It's something that I never noticed when I was in high school. I was on the leg press a lot, pushing weight as much as I liked, and never felt a problem. But as I get older, it's like hunching over is really showing like heart issues. Like things are getting a little more expansive. My stomach is growing, my gut is growing, so there's pressure building up, and having poor posture does not help on top of that. It's like when I get older, I need to like bend my back backwards and really open up everything in the front as things get more thickened or whatever happens. But you know, I just got to work with that, and it's makes me a little depressed working through that. I was just thinking that as I'm pacing back and forth. Alright, today's another day out here. Came back out for day number 3. I don't think I'll make it 4 because it's getting too cold. I want to get south, the far edge south, for relief from the heat, the cold, not the heat. And the kind of relief that looks to be coming is rain. That's what the cold front from the north, the Arctic winds coming down, are bringing out. It's supposed to be up here, and I'm only looking at like 20 miles south. It's like that's the coast, that's hitting the coast. But there's supposed to be a rain snow slurry mix here in Liberty, Texas, but south it's just rain, I believe. One big advantage for cooking in this car is the size. I have much less area to heat up. Things heat up pretty nicely in here, especially with the new burner, of course. But I just keep a small crack on this back window for some air, and it pretty much heats up the inside, and then it uses that heat to keep the temperatures up for cooking. It's quite an advantage. If I had a bigger vehicle, I'd have to heat up even more space. It might take longer in colder weather like this. So it's after 8 a.m. and the Walmart's still closed because it's a little snowy out. Now they're pouring water on their car windshield. Some guy was driving real crazy. I just walked fast to get out of his way. They seem to be enjoying driving through this. It'd be a good excuse for having an accidental hit and run. Trying to get some exercise with my walking sticks in the woods next to this Walmart. And it's just like I'm dealing with major thorns from raspberries and this super big vine that's got huge thorns, and the flooding, which is frozen right now for the winter front. Yeah, here's some. You can see got some major green thorns. Usually the fenced in overflow area would be, the gate would be locked over here, but it's kind of like out of view from Walmart and a little ways from it. Not a spot that's going to get a lot of foot traffic or vehicle traffic. And obviously with the turtle shell sitting right here, it just couldn't escape. It probably tried to get underneath the fence. The fence stopped it. But I don't understand, why wouldn't it go back to the water? It couldn't escape. But I mean, that shouldn't be its demise. Yeah, I could get underneath the fence over here. That's strange. I need to practice my fence climbing. So I've come all the way to the corner because it looks like some good grass to pull. I'll fill up, I brought a teapot along. Taste of that leaf makes me think of radish. Alright, not far from Walmart, we got a history of how this cemetery got its name. Goes way back to the Civil War. Ends the Texas Revolution. So all my water is frozen at this time, but I dig deep and I find this, and it's full and it's not frozen. Right, so I'm using the blue stem grass and then the green grass I found around that sewage drainage area, and also adding some extra herbs. The gerbil mix below the peppermint gerbil mix, and then wild grasses. Oh, I guess I don't need to fill it in too much. Have it kind of loose. Something to take on the road. The condensation from this cold has been insane. I got it on these batteries. I put them in the sun a little bit. They got all kinds of condensation. It got so cold. Just in this drawer, I'm like, nothing dripped in here, but it really got a condensation. Yeah, this got wet. Everything got so wet just from the cold. It's pretty crazy. So I'm at this Walmart that's like closed until further notice, and they don't even have any Wi-Fi either. They turned off their Wi-Fi. The Ross looks closed too. It's only a Wednesday. So I came over here to plot for the next Walmart to go to, and now I can't even. This is strange. A lot of people are surprised. A lot of people are surprised that they're closed. I mean, it's the cold weather, it's a factor, but maybe this area doesn't have electricity? Alright, I think the weather caused power outages here. That's maybe why the Walmart's not open. But I mean, it looks like there's some evidence of Trailer or first wheeler parking prohibited day or night. Okay. Yeah, I should have planned better. I didn't expect the Walmart to not have Wi-Fi. So this is kind of a tricky situation. It's very chilly out. Alright, this Baytown Walmart's closed. There you have a security guy parked in front, just sitting there. They put signs up saying they're closed until further notice. So what are you to make of that? I think I want to bounce. Alright, what is it, February 17th or so? This Port Arthur, Texas Walmart is not looking so good. Both bathrooms in the front and back are closed. The water dispenser is closed. And in the water section, all the gallons are gone. Pretty much all the water you could buy at Walmart is gone. You can't refill. The bathrooms are closed. It's pretty rainy out. You got to catch the rain around here, I guess, now. So even Lowe's pipes froze too. They couldn't escape the pipe freezing problem. The bathroom is pretty much out of order, but they didn't lock the doors. Alright, I saw that there's woods behind Walmart. I might want to consider open use of bathrooms, open defecation. Let me also make a note too that I saw a black lady using a music CD to clean ice and snow from her windshield, her car windshield. I couldn't believe it. An actual music CD. I don't know what band was on the CD though. Oh wow. Okay. Well, I don't know if that's actual grass. I wish I brought my walking sticks. I have one regret. This is interesting. They put some kind of fabric on this to direct the flow better. Is that an angle? It's a bucket. Oh, I might be able to put a bucket to good use right now. I kind of figured I'd be exploring around a little bit. I should have brought those sticks. You can see there's a lot of trash. It looks like people might have been homeless camping around here possibly. But it's not easy to be homeless in this area. I mean, you got the snow problems, but rain is a bigger problem. Flooding. Quite a few carts over here. People were coming back here. I don't really see a housing project why they would be coming back here besides for homeless activity. It kind of looks like there's some tents, and then these three bars indicate that there's a petroleum line of some kind. I'll look at this stuff later. It looks like there's signs, but definitely two tents and a mattress, water bottle, various things. Yeah, a begging sign for sale. Yeah, it's so strange to see the homeless activity right here. It looks fairly recent, like in the past maybe couple of months. I actually got something that was useful. Hot Hands, but I've never seen this brand before. But it's soft, it's not hard, so I know it didn't activate yet. And there's other things here that look kind of useful. Alright, just moving the tent a little bit, you could get an idea. I mean, this grass didn't die, it just turned a lighter color compared to this grass next to it that the tent was sitting on. So that's not too old. That's an indicator. Yeah, that's a lot of junk. They had mattresses inside their tents, but they got to some point where they just abandoned the whole program of sleeping in tents outside. They smoked and had various junk food. This looks like kind of a good bed. It's off the ground, but I don't really want to take that. I'm kind of interested in this sleeping bag. This could be dried out. It looks like it might have survived. Alright, I would not be surprised that they got this stuff from behind the GameStop. GameStop throws away a lot of stuff like this. Test Drive 5. There was an MLB 2004 at that trash pile. GameStop can't sell everything. Dylan's Tasmanian Tiger. So GameStop tossed out the Sony and Test Drive 5. There's a Pokemon on the, what, a Game Boy or something? Sega. See all this, pretty unfamiliar with. Blues movie, Grand Theft Auto 5 on CD. If I had a CD player. Oh, it's cracked a little bit. Supercar Street Challenge. Oh, the classics. Spider-Man 3, PlayStation. Star Wars The Force Unleashed. So somebody thought it was a good idea to pull this out of the, most likely the GameStop trash. Who else would collect this? Who else would the people bring their stuff to? You know, I should probably dump my laptop off at GameStop. Maybe they can try to recycle it or give an opportunity to a homeless person to take it. I really don't want to be driving around with that anymore. Alright, still behind the Lowe's. I walked by this, didn't really pay much attention to it, but it's a lawnmower bag and it had some heavy stuff in it, and I decided to rifle through it. Somebody left it behind. You can see, I think this lizard in here is alive. It's just frozen. Let me see if I can pull it out. I bet it's alive. It's just really cold. It's not like comatose or anything, or it's not hard. So it's got a life to it. It's just really cold. It came in here for protection. Some things are frozen together. Somebody had some purses and stuff they just were packing. Man, people. So it's another trash pile out of the other two. Alright, behind the Lowe's. Could this be where the water pipe froze? The above ground portion? Because Lowe's is without water. So how do they treat their employees? Employees have to rough it. Oh my God! Somebody threw multiple bags of fish right here, and they're blowing up. This is the trash alley where people throw. I don't know if that's fire hydrants still in use. Yeah, and then I seen another 2 bins deeper in. I didn't open it up. What are the chances that there's fish in the bin? It's very light. It feels like it's empty. People like to throw fish in bins and toss it. But that fish was prepackaged, so that came from and maybe employees or something. They got a mattress and a couch. People are comfortable enough to toss trash. Well, it's behind the Academy. It's next, but between the Lowe's and the Walmart around here. And I don't know if there's a farm field behind. It really looks like one. Nice and flooded here.